Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? This is Breezo Tha Great, back with blog number, I think this is either 10 or 11. I'm not sure. But you guys know I'm here. Straight off the presses, I'm back to recap the URL Unfinished Business 2 card that just transpired yesterday. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to give my in-depth analysis on exactly how the battles went down, what you guys think, and things of that nature. Also, I will probably say really soon, I'm going to have another blog up I want you guys to look out for, pertaining to, quite a few blackballed artists that for some reason, cannot get on the URL that the people would like to see, I would like to see, who are dumb nice. For some reason, it seems like quite a few artists are being forced on us that, we really don't want to see. These particular artists, I have their names, I definitely would like to see on the URL. A lot of people would like to see on the URL, and, they will make the culture a whole lot better if they had involvement. I'm not sure their reasons of being on timeout, but hopefully we can get some answers in this video. Reaches the necessary people. Smack, Beasley, etc. Now, we'll talk about that later. To the URL Unfinished Business 2 card, the event yesterday, for the most part, was a success. You guys already know me. I bring a little spin, to all of my, recaps and things of that nature. I like to talk about the things that nobody else talks about, and the things that you didn't see if you wasn't there, All you guys that's viewing it on the camera, not the camera, excuse me, all you guys that's viewing it on TV or when the video is released, you see basically the finished product that was there. When you're in the building, you see that, and you see a little bit more, a little extra curricular that's going on around it that leads up to the battle. So we're going to be touching into that. 5 battles, come to the event. We was able to get straight in. You guys already know how Smack and URL does. Event didn't start at 1 o'clock. Started a little after that, but you're used to it. If this is something that you're used to doing, it's not a big deal. The events usually start late, probably like around 2 or 3 or whatever the case is. Okay, so the first battle that we had of the night, you guys already know the card, so I don't have to get you re-familiar with the card. Big T versus John the Don. Okay, this is supposed to be a grudge match. All right, John went first, and oh man, John, fucked Big T up. I don't really know how or what other way to put it. John had a fire first round. He was spitting that shit, that heat. Crowd was hyped up. Oh, real quick, another thing, the crowd. This URL crowd was a very generous crowd. Not like the URL crowds that I'm usually used to. It's a fucking hostile environment when you in there. This crowd was very generous. Smaller venue, I'm not sure why. Maybe it was because, they were so looking forward to these battles and stuff like that. They were very generous. More on that later. But John's first round, fuck Big T up early. You know what I'm saying? He comes out the gate. He sets the tone. No plan. Big D comes on. Big T, had a lot of filler, in his first round. He wound up heating up a little bit towards the end of his first round. But I would definitely say John definitely got the first round. Definitely. Crowd was behind him and everything. Second round comes, here go John again. John spitting that shit. John was on it early. Big T second, definitely wasn't something, really that crazy. I think his first round probably was better, than his second round. At this point, John is definitely up 2-0. 2-0. Good battle though. Good battle. He's definitely up 2-0. Third round comes. Here we go with the fat jokes. You know what I'm saying? Last person, who really took that angle, with the fat jokes. I'm just gonna bar you to death with fat jokes. Was Hoffa the Don. And we already saw how that situation turned out, between Big T and Hollow. Usually every other MC, they take a different angle. battle against T in a different angle. And, you know, T does his thing. You know, this time, John is, no, I'm just going to stick with the fat jokes. We're going to do all fat jokes. You know, I'm going to give you a plethora of fat jokes, which were very, very funny, hilarious. John, Fire Third, had a lot of shit in there, a lot of quotables I won't spoil. You know, Big T comes on in his third round. Started off a little slow. You know, he starts picking up mid-pace. Ended it very, very well. You know, I give this battle, to be honest, I give it a light 3-0 John. Body bag, I'm not going to go that far. You know, because Big T did have some material, you know, that was worth listening to. But on a scale, it would definitely have to be John. It seemed like he edged him out every round, or killed him. First round killed him, third round killed him. Second round, like Big T didn't have too much going on, so I would probably say maybe a light 3-0. If somebody said 2-1 on camera, then I wouldn't be mad at that either. But John is clearly the winner of that battle, clearly. You know, the second battle, who battled second? It was, matter of fact, guys, I'm not going to do it in order because I can't even remember myself. You know, I think it was Shotgun Suge though. But Shotgun Suge versus my man, Brizz Rothstein. Now, before this battle started on camera, it seemed like they were having a conversation, right? Brizz Rothstein was speaking to Smack. Smack was speaking to Suge. It looked to me like they were talking about time issues. Or Smack was explaining to them in the contract, this is what you signed up for. 2:30. 3 minutes. Brizz Rothstein looked a little disgruntled before they even started. Shotgun was about his business. He was like, listen, if this is what we agreed to, this is what we agreed to, that's the time limit. Okay. I pick these things up early. Cameras, let them roll. So, Brizz goes first. Brizz starts out spitting that shit, you know what I'm saying? He had a good, I'll probably say, you know, about 8 lines or whatever the case is, had the crowd into it. Going into the middle of his first round, you know, he started to venture off a little bit, had some filler in there, you know. Picked up steam though at the end of his first. You know, he was digging in his fucking bag, you know, and then Smack timed him down. Brizz Rothstein starts rolling all over the floor like a hamster and shit. What do you mean, Tom? I'm just cooking. What happened? Smack pointed to the watch. This is what it is. So he's tight. He's mad. Suge begins to go. Suge just had a lot of energy. You know, the crowd was behind him. He starts spazzing off the back. First round, he's going in. You know what I'm saying, on Brizz. He's all up in his face. You know what I'm saying? It's a hostile environment on stage. Shotgun is doing his thing. Definitely give Shotgun Suge the first round. He had the energy, the charisma. You know, you can tell that his round was calculated towards time. He stopped at a sufficient amount of time. He stopped much shorter than Brizz, while Brizz was just rocking. You know, so Shotgun 1-0. Second round, Brizz Rothstein comes. You know, here we go. Brizz is a funny dude. Starts spitting some shit. You know, the crowd is feeling him. You know, okay, all right, Brizz, all right. You know, giving him that heat. You know what I'm saying? He involved T-Top a little bit. You know, with some things. You know, he had a really, really good second round. Brizz Rothstein, a really good second round. Shotgun Suge second. He goes on. Shotgun still feeding off that energy from his first round that he won clearly. You know, and you know he's saying some things. You know, he's definitely saying some things, but he started to taper off a little bit towards the middle of his second round, and he kind of ended it a little abruptly. You know, so I would give that second round to Brizz. Definitely, I would give it to Brizz Rothstein. You know, so we 1-1 now. All right, good battle, 1-1. Brizz goes on third round, starts spazzing off the bat. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's going into his machetes and his swords and slicing Suge and Shotgun Suge sliced in half and all of this other crazy shit he's saying. And, you know, Brizz is just Brizz. He's a funny, entertaining dude. Had a brilliant third. Really, really something to talk about. You know, definitely had the crowd on the side, things like that. Suge comes on his third round. You know, Suge starts off, to me, he started off a little slow, started to gain some momentum towards the middle and end of his third round. He had a good third round, but I would definitely give the third round to Brizz Rothstein 2. And I would give the battle to Brizz Rothstein 2-1. You know, on camera, it might be a little different, but for the most part, it's a debatable 2-1 for Brizz Rothstein. You know, so second battle is out of here. Remember those time constraint issues. Third round. No, excuse me, not third round. Third battle of the night. I think it was, I'm going to say, let's go with Charlie Clips and Nitty. Remember what I told you guys a little earlier about the people that we want to see on URL and what's force-fed to us? Nitty is one of those people. You know, I'm not really sure. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to sugarcoat things or whatever the case is. I don't care. You know, Nitty is not one of those type of people that we want to see. I don't care who he beat in the proving grounds. I don't really care. I don't care. You know, I've seen him battle before. He's a good battle rapper, but he's not somebody that you want to see compared to the names that I have, that I will be revealing. You know, that might have graced the URL stage before. You understand where I'm coming from? I just feel like he's being force-fed us. He's going to be on the Born Legacy 3 card, August 4th, for those of you who don't know. So, you know, it's like it's propaganda with him. He's battling Charlie Clips. I already knew that this battle was not going to be something that was going to be entertaining. I knew that Charlie Clips wasn't going to take him that serious. I knew that already. We know that already. You know, Charlie Clips is arguably top 5, dead or alive. Arguably. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he has battled Lux. He's battled Hollow. He's battled Rex. He's battled great battle rappers. So for him to go there to Nitty, you can already tell that he might come with 1 round the most and freestyle the next 2 rounds. And guess what? That's what he fucking did. You know, very generous crowd, like I said. Nitty goes first. You know, he had a bunch of lines. That's what I like to call them. Lines. They weren't really punch lines, but they were well constructed and put together lines that you might need to think about or you might get caught with later. But yeah, I don't know. His delivery is not something to be desired. Crowd reaction was gas. Felt like a concentration camp in there. Nothing but gas. They amping him up. Nitty probably had a few lines, you know, where he was getting busy. His first round, you know, me personally, I just wanted to hear Clips. You know what I'm saying? It was a snooze fest for me. Clips comes on. Clips freestyles his first round. You can tell that whatever material he broke up. He probably had some writtens here, some writtens there. He'll spit out 8 writtens, and then he'll freestyle another 16, and then he'll come back with 4 writtens. You know, so he was digging and dabbing and doing all kinds of things. You know, maybe he had a stumble or 2 here and there. You know, give it to Nitty, because he was just more polished and he was just more consistent. Second round comes, Nitty, same way. You know, he's heating up, you know, a little bit. Nitty's doing his thing, very, very consistent. You know, he has the crowd's attention. You know, Clips is second round, same old Clips. Clips is joking around. You know, Clips, a few lines here and there, hot. Then he's got a couple of, you know, freestyles that went right. Then a couple of freestyles that went wrong, that delivered long pauses in between. And, you know, we're just like, all right, Clips, you know, you're not taking this battle seriously. We already know that you're not taking this battle seriously. I'll probably say his second round probably was his worst round, Clips. So Nitty's up 2-0. 2-0, guys. But it's not a 2-0 that I would be proud of. It's a 2-0 that I would be like, damn, Clips, I wish you would have came a little bit more serious, because it would have made me You look, you know, more like I defeated you, you know, fairly. You know, Clips did this before. Matter of fact, a few times. You know, I was having a conversation with T-Rex on the side. You know, sidebar. Rex is that nigga. Let me tell you why. And he's always been that nigga. Rex is really, really an honest guy. You know, he comes, whenever he's at an event, he's always chilling with the fans, analyzing what's going on, getting the feel for the crowd. He's having a good time. He's talking with people. He's laughing, he's joking, he's giving his opinion. Not like a lot of other battle rappers. 90% of the other battle rappers just pass through the crowd. You know, and if you're near them, they'll give you a 5 or they'll speak to you, you know, in cadence, just to not make them look like they're standoffish. Rex is the dude. It's a few that's like that. Rex, Goods, off the top of the head, that's who I can think of that really, really interact with the crowd. They have no problem with just being with the crowd, talking with the crowd, giving feedback, just being real, real cool dudes. Real cool dudes. You know, Rex knew, you know, this is something, you know, that Clips does. You know, Clips, when he's not taking something serious, he's just not taking it serious. And I wish he would take things more serious. Every battle you need to take serious because this is your brand and this is your legacy. Just need to take it serious. You know, if you don't think that Rum Nitty's on your level, write 3 fire rounds and get him the fuck out of here. If that's how you feel, Clips. You know, back to the battle. 3rd round, Rum Nitty had a very, very good start to his 3rd round, a very good middle, and he ended it very, very well. I would probably say his 3rd round was his best round. Clips comes on, you know, and he know that he kind of fucked up 2nd round, so, you know, he comes on with a little freestyle, which was fire. He had some writtens in there because it was fire. Now Clips is spitting some shit. This is the Clips that we know. He tapers off towards the middle, has a terrible ending that he should have just left it, you know. And battle rappers, why do you guys do that? When you choke or when you stumble, just leave it. Leave it, just let it go. Yo, Tom, just let it go. You make yourselves look worse when you continue on, when you have a 10-second pause in between, when you forgot your rhymes, and you try to go back to it, and then you forget them again another 5 seconds. Just let it go, guys. It just looks better if you just cut short and just leave it short, opposed to you choking or you stumbling and you can't remember your shit, and then you pace around and you spin and you come back and then you try to spit 2 to 4 and then you forget it again. It just doesn't look well. You know what I'm saying? Not only do you lose a round, it's like you lose a round and a half because you wasted our time. You know, that's what Clips did. Battle is over with. Rum Nitty 3-0, but it was the worst battle of the night. It won't be watched more than one time. It didn't do anything to raise Rum Nitty's stock, even though he did have some very, very solid material. He had really, really solid material. Let me not take it away from him. But he's just not somebody that we would want to see on the URL compared to the 5 names that I have. Moving along. 4th battle of the night. A very interesting one. Big T. I'm sorry, not Big T. T-Top. Excuse me. T-Top and Math Hoffa. Now, these are a few things that you guys don't know. You know, Math has been going back and forth with Chris on Bias, you know, for a little while now, 2 to 3 weeks. For those of you who haven't been seeing the blogs, they've been exchanging, you know, their different opinions on their relationship and how it went sour and things like that. You know, I have to say, you know, off the front, Chris, I'm biased, mad cool dude. I watch all of his blogs. You know, he's a very, very good blogger, you know, who definitely puts time into his craft. I have a lot of respect for Chris. I have a lot of respect for Jay Black. Those two guys. Math and him have a history. You know, like I said, things went sour. They expressed their opinions in different blogs. Reason why I'm mentioning this because T-Top took a very, very interesting angle in his 2nd round that I'm going to get to. And it had a lot to do with what Chris and Bias exposed, you know, about Math in those blogs. 1st round, T-Top goes first. I didn't know how this battle was going to go, guys. T-Top comes off and starts going fucking nuts. nuts his first round. He's spitting that shit. He's got the swag. He's attacking Math, his character. He's talking about those fights. He's all angles. All angles. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, T-Top showed something to me that I didn't think which was possible in him. I didn't think that T-Top would be the person, you know, who could be multi, you know, diverse, you know, with his material. I always seen him as, you know, a drug dealer / my life. I'm going to tell you it every round. I can't do nothing more than that. But what I do is I do it the best. You know, he stepped out of his comfort zone and he started attacking Math, and he had a fire first round. Math starts his first round off, you know, by letting the world know that, you know, he's bringing a new addition into the family. You know, he just had a child, you know, last night, and you know, he rushed to the battle to have the battle and things like that. You know, you definitely have our support. You know, congratulations, you know, on a new addition to the Math household. Math goes on his first round. You know, Math's doing his thing. He's spitting some shit. Math is getting it in early. You know what I'm saying? He's got some bars in there. He's hitting here. He's hitting there. He had a, you know, a nice little setup, you know, in the middle, and he finished strong. Now, if I had to give that first round to anybody, I would edge it to T-Top, because T-Top was just on a high. He was just on a high. He was just doing his thing. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I get the first round to T-Top. This is where the battle, you know, goes a little left. You know what I'm saying? T-Top's second round. T-Top starts to speak on all of this shit that's going on with him and Chris Unbiased. He starts sitting there speaking on how Math wasn't on URL and how he was begging to get back on URL. You know what I'm saying? How bloggers was helping Math get a gig. How Math was going to other leagues and bad-mouthing Smack and URL and Beasley and all of these different things. And he's exposing all of this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And while he's doing this, because it was fire, the way he did it, the way he put it together, the way he's doing this, I'm looking at Math and I'm saying, all right, a couple of these things is making Math uncomfortable. I just want to see how Math deals with this. You know, what I originally felt was, if Math could just get through this battle, just get through this battle without doing anything stupid, you know what I'm saying? He's back. It's official. You know what I'm saying? T-Top fire second round, addressing a lot of different things, getting personal. You know, when the second round for Math, right before it started, I'm looking at Math and I see Math, he's pacing back and forth. And I know that look. That's that look when, all right, I'm going to start my second round like this. So I'm going to start my round like that. All right, what I said again? Okay, I'm going to put this together and put that together. That's that look where your material isn't right yet. You're trying to get it all together. You know, and I was standing next to this young lady, and I said, yeah, Math is going to have a stumble or a choke. I'm telling you now. And she said, well, really? I said, yeah. I've been watching this for a while. You know, Math goes into the second round, he's spitting some shit. What happens? He stumbles. He gets a stumble. So he goes through the second. He tries to fight through the stumble. You know, and when he stumbles, he says, oh, yeah, you know, y'all just calm down. You know, I'm going to get it together. You know, I was in, you know, the emergency room, you know, all night last night, you know, with the delivery. So I only had like 3 hours sleep. Crowd doesn't boo him. He continued to go on. You know, he had a couple more stumbles in it. You know, and he ended his second round in a way where you was like, you know, third round comes, and that's where the shit got dark. T-Top goes bananas. You know, he's addressing everything now. For those of you who saw the Big K versus Math battle, you know, months ago, you know, you're familiar with what I'm talking about. I would probably say that round was the worst round that Math kind of experienced in his battle rap career. You know, the one Big K had. Think of that round. If I had to compare it to this one, T-Top's was better than that. T-Top addressed a bunch of shit. A bunch of shit he addressed. You know what I'm saying? From the fights to, you know, Math's family, to his children, to how Math only bullies battle rappers and people on the outside of battle rap. He doesn't address them. He spoke on a lot of things, a lot of touchy things, you know, that could possibly, you know, lead to something else. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking at Math's face, and he definitely wasn't happy about some of the things that was being said, you know, but he was fighting through it. You know, it's funny because that third round by T-Top was definitely round of the night. You know, so Math, it's time for Math to go. You know, and right before Math started, you know, Math, he puts his arm around T-Top and he has a conversation with T-Top. He's telling him a few things. He's whispering a few things in T-Top's ear. You know, we can't hear it, but I definitely know that it had something to do with some of the things that he was saying about his family, and his family might not have anything to do with it, and keep it battle rap and stuff like that. And, you know, and that's when I'm a little worried. I'm like, I hope he doesn't do anything stupid, please. You know what I'm saying? So Math, he goes into this third round, definitely rattled. He was rattled. I don't know if he was rattled because he didn't have a third round, or I don't know if he was rattled because T-Top, you know, spoke on a lot of things. You know, but he comes in, he starts spitting a few bars that are freestyle. You know, he stumbles. He just had a really, really rough third. Then he choked. It was a really, really rough third. It ended very, very badly for Math. It ended badly for Math. I'm sorry. You know, that's just the way it is. You know, I'm just happy though. You know, he won at the end because he didn't do anything to jeopardize how hard he worked to get back to this platform. You know, but when it comes to the battle, T-Top 3-0, body bag 3-0, body bag in the night. You know, it is what it is. Last battle of the night, the one that you guys been waiting for. We got NWX versus Gun Titles. Now, for those of you who saw the first battle, we already know that Gun Titles, you can't top what they did, you know, that first battle. All you can do is hope that they bring that same type of fire and transfer it over, you know, and you hope that NWX does the same thing. That way we can have a classic, right? I'm looking at both MCs on each side, and just something seemed a little different today. I don't know what it was. I couldn't put my finger on it yet. But anyway, NWX decides to go first. Now, from the gate, Sean and DNA, them dudes was not playing. They was going in hard, early, first round. You know what I'm saying? They even stole, you know, a Tay-Rock, you know, and Surf. They stole a before the shot, after the shot shit. And then shit was crazy. It was fire the way they set it up, or whatever the case is. They had a fire first round. They first round, John Blaze. The shit was so high, it was crazy. It kind of reminded me of Surf and Rock's first round. When they first battled, the first time, that's how fire it was. You know, so I'm like, all right, let me see what these guys gonna do now. So Surf and Rock come on, and, you know, they start spitting they shit, or whatever the case is, which was hot. You know what I'm saying? They had some really, really hot material. You know, but midway through it though, I'm looking, and I'm saying to myself, I'm like, something's missing from it. What is missing? I can't put my finger on it, but now I finally am. I'm finally able to put my finger on what's missing. Rock and Surf just didn't have any kind of energy spitting their bars. You know, they didn't have any energy, any charisma, their delivery was poor. It just seemed like they were just talking their words out. They were talking them out. They just didn't seem enthused at all. You know, and don't get me wrong, the material was hot. The material was hot, but the delivery wasn't there. They just didn't seem like they were there. You know, first round definitely goes to DNA and K-Shine. They put on a clinic. They put on a show. First round. Second round comes, you know, DNA starts addressing K-Shine, saying that they always saying that I'm the one carrying us, I'm the one spitting most of the shit. You want to talk to these niggas, talk to them. So he let K-Shine rock most of the second round, and K-Shine was spitting some shit. K-Shine was going in, addressing both of them. You know, he had some really, really good material. The crowd kept stopping him. Shine was doing his thing. Then DNA jumped back in there towards the end of the second. They finished the second round very, very well. They had a really good second. You know, Rock and Gun Titles, Rock and Surf, they go on the second round. I'm thinking, all right, maybe they might pick it up a little bit, you know. So they start spitting these shit. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, whatever the case is. But Something is still missing. Guys, what's going on? Y'all didn't eat this morning? What's happening? That nigga's high? What's going on? Like, why y'all so low key? Like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? No energy. They spitting their shit hot. Oh, line here, fire. All right, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? They had a really, really consistent second round, a really good second round, you know, but they wasn't off the planet like they was in the first battle. This round was a debatable round. You know what I'm saying? It can go to Sean and DNA, or it could go to gun titles. You know, I'll give it to gun titles or whatever the case is, because it was a good second that they had, you know. Third round comes. Sean and DNA consistent. They coming back, they spit some shit, they back and forth. Now they doing they back and forth, feeding off each other's shit. Chemistry, excellent. You know what I'm saying? Doing anything, spitting hard. You know, they had a really good third round. By the time the third round comes, you know, I yelled up to Sue Surf because I was in front. I'm like, yo, Surf, what's up? Y'all niggas gotta raise your energy up, man. Raise your energy up, y'all delivery. You know what I'm saying? Alright, you know, they went into the third round, they did something very, very different, you know, that a lot of people are gonna like. They got very creative. You know, they decided that they wanted to play a game. You know what I'm saying? The name of the game was Guess What Celebrity I Am. You know what I'm saying? So one would guess what celebrity they are, you know, and if they were right, then okay, you got me right. If they were wrong, he would give you a hint on what celebrity it was, and the crowd got a chance to feed into it and listen to it and say, oh, okay, that's a celebrity. You know, the way it was done was beautiful. It was beautifully crafted. You know, it was excellent, a nice addition. They're very, very creative, you know, when it comes to their material, you know, but they need to stick with that before the shot, after the shot shit. That shit will take them somewhere else. You know, that'll be, you know, their crown jewel when it comes to the team. Of course, with fuck, I gotta put it the subtitles or something. Add that with the whole creative, what celebrity I am. You got a very, very good tandem with them. Their delivery, though, like I said, their energy was normal. It wasn't through the roof. I remember first battle where the nigga Tay-Rock was pouring with sweat on both sides of his fucking face. You know what I'm saying? From him being hyped up. You know what I mean? Surf just had that bark in him. You know what I'm saying? He was just ready. He had that bark in him. They just didn't have that this time. You know what I'm saying? The energy definitely wasn't there. Overall, a great battle. Great battle. I'll give the third round to gun titles just because of the creativity alone. You know, it was fire. And it's definitely something that you can watch over and over again. It has replay value. So this battle, I would give the edge to, you know, gun titles 2-1. But if somebody told me that NWX won 2-1, I wouldn't be mad. It was a really, really good battle. You know, I was happy with it. NWX definitely showed up. You know, it was just that gun titles. I think that they could have did so much better by just delivering their bars with more energy. You know what I'm saying? Just having some energy behind it. You know what I'm saying? It would have been a different battle. It definitely would have been a different battle. But anyway, you know, that's the whole recap as a whole. All 5 battles. Don't forget, guys, I'm going to have a blog coming up, you know, with those other 5 battle rappers that's been blackballed from the URL for some reason, or they won't even give them an opportunity to be on there. You know, it's going to be very, very interesting. I know a lot of people are going to agree with me. You know, I'm doing this because I want to see this. You know, I don't want URL to feel like they have to force feed certain people onto us, the new talent, you know what I'm saying, just because they're particular artists. We can continue to have the culture grow with these artists, you know what I'm saying, because they are hungry too. They are hungry too, and they deserve a shot back on URL or for the first time on to URL. You know, they can add a lot. You know, and they're nicer than everybody that Smack and Beasley and Norbs is trying to, you know, force onto us. So anyway, look out for that. Thanks for listening. Breezo Tha Great, signing out. Let's get it.